In this video, we'd like to take a quick look at an app we've developed to help competent persons perform OSHA-required inspections of trenches and excavations. This app is available for Apple phones and for Android devices. When you open the app, this is the first screen you'll come to. Here you can enter information on your name, email address, and telephone number. There's also access to the archive where you can look at previously completed inspections. There's also a help button here which describes the app in more detail, some of the limitations, and how to use it. So let's go ahead and begin our inspection. The first screen you'll come to is where you'll enter the basic information on the excavation. The app will go ahead and obtain a forecast for the local area and auto-enter the date and time and location. If you want to, you can also add more detail. West side of street. Here you designate the type of soil you were digging in. If you can't recall the exact definition of these different types of soils, each of these terms is a link that will bring up a help screen. So let's say we're digging in type B soil. And we're going to go down, let's say 10 feet. And then we designate the height of our spoil pile. In most cases, that'll be 2 feet. Now, if you have surface encumbrances, hazardous atmospheres, or water hazards, go ahead and select yes for each of these. And these will bring up optional screens that you'll complete. Next, you'll designate the type of protective system you'll be using. So let's say we're going to slope part of it and use shoring on part of the excavation. So let's take a look at locates, which is our first screen. Now, on each of these screens, in addition to having help screens associated with each of these items that you're assessing, there's also a help screen that's associated with the entire screen, discussing locates in general. So go ahead and assess each of these items to make sure that they are up to OSHA requirements. When you're done assessing that, go ahead and click to the next screen. This one deals with access. Traffic is the next item we'd assess. Now we would assess our excavation. Next, we check our surface encumbrances. This is one of the optional screens that we indicated we had these issues on the basic information screen, and so that's going to bring up this screen here. If our undercut pavement is not being supported, we could indicate that it's fail, in which case the app prompts us to remove exposed workers from the hazard area. We also indicated that we had hazardous atmospheres, so let's go ahead and fill that screen out. Basically, if our monitor is not going into alarm, we'd indicate that the atmosphere was safe. I'd have the option of adding the actual readings from the monitor. We would assess our ventilator and our respirators. Then we'd look at the water hazards. Next, we check our protective systems. The lateral earth pressure here is an estimate based on the type of soil that we specified, the depth of the trench, and the height of the spoil pile. Since we're digging in type B soil, we have a couple different ways that we could slope or bench it. And by touching this, we can bring up a help screen which kind of lets us know some of the OSHA allowed kinds of sloping and benching. Since we're also using hydraulic or pneumatic shores, we would make sure that they weren't damaged, that the trench wall was able to resist the pressure of those shores without cracking and failing. that the structural members are straight and level, and the sheeting is to grade or the lip sloped. Again, if I can't remember what those requirements are, I've got a help screen there that can tell me. There's also a camera icon on each page that allows you to take a picture and include it in the final report. Finally, we've got our results. So it tells me where I am, where I was, the location notes are there, who did the inspection, if everything looks right, I can go ahead and save those results, and they end up in my archive. And there's the completed report. So I hope you enjoyed your brief overview of this app. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to contact us through our website at d2000safety.com, or you can call us on our 800 number, 800-551-8763.